The handle of a van, which a child once held out of dire necessity, has now been replaced by new books, thanks to the compassion of kind-hearted people. 10-year-old Junaid, from Kushtia's Daulatpur Upazila, no longer takes to the streets with his van. Instead, he has returned to the familiar grounds of his school. After NTV Online published a report on Junaid's struggle for survival on May 7, the news and images of him driving a van while drenched in rain and scorched by the sun went viral on social media, prompting the administration and several benevolent individuals to step forward. This collective support has completely transformed the story of Junaid's life.
I used to drive the van before. My father fell ill, and by driving the van I would make 10 or 20 taka. My grandmother used to give me money and feed us. She provided whatever food she could manage. I don't drive the van anymore. Now I study at school. People are helping us now, which is why we are going to school. We don't want to drive the van anymore. We just want to study at school. I want to set up a small shop at our house. That is all I want. To run a shop alongside my studies. When school is over, I will sit at the shop. When it isn't school time, I'll be at the shop, but when it is time for school, I will go there too. Junaid is now attending school regularly, and his younger siblings have also been enrolled in school. Shahabuddin, the head teacher of Junaid's school, noted that the text ends here. Meanwhile, the chairman of the local Prague-Poor Union Parishat has pledged to remain by the family's side and provide overall cooperation. The Daulatpur Ubazila nearby officer stated that they are regularly monitoring the situation to ensure that the education of Junaid and his siblings is never interrupted again.
Junaid's father passed away from heart disease on the day of Eid al-Fitr, and his mother had left the family even before that. To provide food for his elderly grandparents and younger siblings, Junaid, a third-grade student at Prague-Poor Government Primary School, was forced to take his father's van onto the streets. However, with the assistance of the administration and the local community, he has finally reclaimed his childhood. I felt such deep pain for my Junaid. When Junaid's father fell ill, Junaid went out with the van. Some days he earned 50 or 60 taka, and some days even 100 taka. I survived on what Junaid brought home, but if we bought rice, we couldn't afford any curry. When my son was sick and Junaid would return with those 50 or 60 taka, we would have to go hungry if we bought his father's medicine. Conversely, if we bought rice and groceries, we couldn't afford the medicine. When my son died, he passed away right on the day of Eid. This boy took his father's van and headed out. I sat there crying, thinking, "Oh Allah, his mother is gone. His father is gone. Will this young boy fall off the van or meet with an accident out of sheer stress?"
To tell the truth, we are now receiving help from many sides, from expatriates, influential people, and through the journalists. We are also getting assistance through the UNO, Upazila nearby officer, and our village chairman. All 3 children have now been enrolled in primary school, and by the grace of Allah, we are receiving the necessary support for their education. Now, to secure the future of these 3 children, I will set up a shop for them. It will be a tea stall, as well as a grocery and vegetable shop.
Junaid is now attending school regularly, and his younger siblings have also been enrolled in school. Shahabuddin, the head teacher of Junaid's school, noted that
Junaid is highly talented, and his return to class has brought a sense of relief and joy back to the school. 2 of my students, Junaid Hossein and Hassan Ali, had stopped attending school for a while as they were out driving the van. We quickly brought both brothers back to school. We visited their home to check on them and have now integrated them back into their classes. They are currently appearing for their exams, and I believe they are performing reasonably well. As the head teacher of this school, I will always extend my hand to provide them with all the necessary support, including notebooks, pens, pencils, and any other assistance they may need.
Meanwhile, the chairman of the local Pragpur Union Parishad has pledged to remain by the family's side and provide overall cooperation.
This is the 0 point of my union. The road marks the boundary, with my union on one side and their home on the other, though they maintain all their ties with Pragpur. After their father passed away and their mother left, these 3 children became completely helpless and were living in inhumane conditions. Since the news broke, assistance has been coming in from various sources. While I haven't provided direct financial aid from the Union Parishad yet, I am standing by them and coordinating with different people to figure out how to help them stand on their own feet and get them back to school. Since they had stopped their education, we are continuing our efforts to resolve that, and I will personally do everything possible to support them and ensure they face no further hardships, inshallah.
The Daulatpur Upazila Nirbahi officer stated that they are regularly monitoring the situation to ensure that the education of Junaid and his siblings is never interrupted again.
We learned about the 3 helpless children of Pragpur after your news report was published, following which people from various walks of life came forward to provide financial assistance according to their means. We initially spoke with the family regarding how long they could sustain the children's long-term education solely through these one-off financial donations. Consequently, we proposed placing the 3 children in a government-run children's home, Sarkari Shishu Parivar, where their education, food and lodging would all be managed at the government's expense. However, they have not yet agreed to this. As they are currently unwilling, we have discussed an alternative. In addition to the financial donations being received, the Upazila administration has already provided them with food assistance. Furthermore, we intend to provide financial support in a way that allows them to engage in income-generating activities. For instance, if the children's grandfather sets up a shop, we will purchase the necessary inventory for him, so they have a regular source of income. We are also arranging to rent out their van, which will bring in a monthly sum. I would like to thank everyone who has stepped forward for these children, and I also thank NTV. Because you published the news, we have received financial support for them. We are working to utilize these resources to ensure a secure future for the children and a comfortable living arrangement alongside their free public education.
A single news report and the collective efforts of compassionate people have helped Junaid reclaim his lost childhood, reigniting a flickering lamp with the light of newfound possibility.